It's a time. Oh, it is time. Ladies and gentlemen, we are rolling into USA International Speedway, the house that turns tight and well as where those tempers are built. This is not just a race. This is 75 laps of controlled chaos where steel meets strategy. Welcome into Stam Studio Network. My name is Sean Stam, and I'm going to be bringing you some short track racing here tonight. The SART LMSC action coming at you live. And real quick before we get started, I'd like to thank the sponsors that all make this possible. KC Designs, KC Athletics, SimWrapMarket.com. Of course, the one, the only Nelson Roofing, Nelson Designs. We cannot be where we are without you guys here tonight. And, well, we are in for 75 laps of some great racing. Real quick, looking at that Google Earth shot again here, because a little behind-the-scenes action about to take place. You can tell that the track, unfortunately, no longer exists, but that's okay because we have everything laser scanned here tonight in iRacing, and we will going to be banging the sheet metal off these late model stock cars, as these guys do have the real-life experience as well. Take a look at some of these pictures that these drivers have supplied me with. It's we're going to get into the nitty-gritty here tonight on Stam Studio Network and bang these quarter panels out. Alrighty, starting to look side by side for our quick formation lap here. Looks like Dustin Hardy going to lead us to the green flag. Got Cameron Carden. Nice qualifying effort there for the driver of the 25. Trevor Vaden, newer name with us this week. Carson Kligelhofer there. Waylon Nelson at Jack Wood, rounding out our 6 driver field here tonight. Welcome again, once again to Stam Studio Network, where I'm going to be bringing you 75 laps of this SART LMSC action. And then right after this, I will be heading to the airport, flying it down around to the other side of the globe, heading over to Bathurst, bringing you some GT3 versus GT4 action live in that GR86 Sim League multi-class. But right now, just one more formation lap to go, and we will be bringing you some side-by-side, some really intense racing, some clean racing here. Alrighty, the lights should be out on that iRacing safety. Pace truck is here we go. Dustin Hardy, Cameron Carden going to lead us to the green flag for the first time tonight. Here we go. Get up on your feet. We are up and rolling. Here we go to coming to complete lap number 1 here, side by side for Cameron Carden as well as Carson Kligelhofer. Going to look also side by side for Trevor Vaden, Waylon Nelson right there in the 18 as well as that number 9. The progressive banking already starting to show itself here. Dustin Hardy leading lap number 1. Here comes some more side-by-side action for Waylon Nelson, Cameron Carden, 3rd and 4th. As we still have, well, we're now starting to single file out here just a little bit. And how about Trevor? Once again, that newer driver with us, that driver, the 18. He's starting to put it to Cameron Carden right now. Unfortunately, loses 3 spots since the drop of the green flag. Got Jack Wood, this driver, joining in last minute with us and didn't get a qualifying lap in, but right now sitting P6, 1.6 seconds behind the race leader. And hopping on board with Jack here, we kind of get a view at what he sees as now some side-by-side action starting to occur here in front of Jack Wood. Ooh, gonna slide up the hill there for Cameron Carden. Got Trevor right on his outside, nothing being done there. Trevor going to try and roll the momentum of the outside line, pinch Cameron down towards the apron of the track. You got to keep the tires under you here, as, man, at 75 laps, it is definitely a long way to go. Short time to get there. We are going to do what they say cannot be done here tonight from USA International. Here's Jack Wood, 91, slips to P6. Hopping on board here with Jack once again. Got Trevor Vaden. This driver continuing to slip. Oh, contact between the two. This is for the fight for P5. Battle for the race lead starting to heat up as well. Dustin Hardy has number 21. Carson Oh man, Klinghoffer, there it is. Driver of the 21 now looking down the inside of that Toyota Supra late model stock car. Does not have what it takes for Carson. He'll try and re-rack him and stack him here. How about old Waylon Nelson? He's starting to come with a head of steam. Waylon up 3 spots since the drop of the green flag. Battle for the race lead continuing to heat up. That's Dustin Hardy. How about it? He's going to continue to lead some laps. That driver of the number 8 leading here on lap number 8. Carson is right there with him, less than 0.2 of a second back. That number 21 looking like it has some speed here tonight. And this is our back-to-back race from USA International. You saw there in the YouTube the title as well as thumbnail. Ooh, hard contact the outside wall for Carson. These drivers did not know where we would be racing here tonight until just about 20-30 minutes before the session opened up. Shouting out Cameron, putting there a little bit of a wrinkle in our in these drivers' pre-race plans, but I'm liking it. It'll keep us guessing, and right now, these drivers continuing to fight USA's Internationals with steep banking for a half-mile raceway. Still got Hardy leading us out in front. Got Carson, Waylon Nelson, Cameron Carden, Trevor Vaden, as well as Jack Wood, rounding out our top 6. Mentioned this earlier, you really don't want to heat up these right side tires. Once you do, kind of think of your tires as marshmallows here in these late model stock cars. As soon as you get them cooked, well, there is no coming back. Right now, the number 8, is that what we're seeing out of Dustin? He definitely has the real life race experience, but right now he's looking like he also has the pace as long as he is not burning up our Hoosier racing tires here tonight. Coming to complete lap 12, coming to 13 this time by. I think it's already time. I'm going to treat you guys to a crank it up. I will be right back with you up here in the booth. All right, that was a short-lived crank it up because we have a battle for the lead starting to brew here. Dustin Hardy trying to hold off, playing some defense right now on Carson. He doesn't have what it takes. We're still looking side by side. Then, matter of fact, the 21 now taking the race lead. Here comes some more side-by-side action. 2 wide heading into turns 1 and 2. Waylon Nelson right now taking it away from Dustin. Guys, this is what I mentioned earlier in the race. Dustin, come on, buddy. Conserve those marshmallows, save those right side tires, continuing to lose spots, now dropping to P4 overall. As we can now keep that top graphic on top 5. I'm showing Trevor Vaden out of the race right now, and I'm not showing any reason for it, just pulled it into the pits. Here we go, still side by side heading into turns 1 and 2. No contact from these drivers, but we are keeping things all steady, keeping things moving and grooving. There might be a little netcode contact there from Dustin and Cameron Carden. Do we have any driver cams here tonight? I hope we do. Yes, we do. How about Carson? He's bringing it to us here. Matter of fact, leading us in the SART LMSC USA International Speedway race number 2. Here we have it, the old outside camera shot of the 21. He's Just putting it to these drivers, and here's a little something special too. We're gonna hop on board with them. You see him sawing on the wheel right now. This is just another look at it. It's very synced up too, right as he is. Every micro adjustment he makes turning left on that steering wheel, well, you see it there right in real life. Light knuckling this puppy, leading 2/10 right now over Waylon Nelson. A bit of right front damage there out of Waylon Nelson, driver of the 9, but right now, Waylon sits up as our not our front runner, but our biggest mover of the race, sitting +4 spots since the drop of the green flag. Right now we have some pretty good racing action for the battle for the lead as well as for P4. Taking a look at that P4 battle. Here comes Jack Wood now down the inside of Dustin. That Toyota Supra right now is struggling. He is on the struggle bus as Dustin Hardy now looks like going to drop to P5. It's at raceepi.com, number 91, Nelson Designs, dives down the bottom of the hill, making it work in that Pontiac. Still door quarter, not clear just yet for the number 91. Trying to make that pass as he wraps the apron here. Man, sends it down the bottom of the hill, really able to make it stick that time by. I didn't think it was going to happen. Here we have Carson continuing to lead. The battle for the race lead is still not gone anywhere. Waylon Nelson II is right there with them. Cameron Carden 1.5 back. Jack Wood 0.8 back now. And Dustin Hardy 0.3 back for P5. Let's do something a little cool here. We have our driver eye cams available to us, and let's compare these race lines right now. This is our leader, Carson, we're going to hop on board with, as he has his mirror full of Waylon. Look at it. It almost looks like he is getting his left side tires wrapped around that apron. There is a little bit of grip within that paint, and right now we're starting to see it go to work here for Carson. Once again, wrapping it 3 and 4. Call that a Christmas present, as well as Carson's. Well, he is able to wrap that bottom line. Here we have Waylon Nelson looking at his line. Well, doesn't get the lefts there on the paints, but still running the bottom line as this time Carson drifts up the hill here a little bit out of 2. Let's see what happens here out of 3 and 4. The similarities here in short track racing, you can't get much better than this here on STAM Studio Network. Watching this right rear tire go to work. Once again, I do believe Dustin Hardy, as he is now 1.3 seconds back here in P5. I think he has just cooked his right rear Hoosier Racing tire at this point. Will we hopefully have a caution, or will this thing run at green flag? You'll just have to stick around and find out, as well as look at the track. I mean, the rubber is really starting to take here as the sun is starting to fall. I think these drivers are having to start to look for some different racing lines. You don't want to run where the rubber is caked into the racing surface. There's just no grip there right now. You see it really evident there in turns 1 and 2 in the entry. It kind of wraps around, and pretty evident there on turns 4. I believe we have our drone camera here tonight. It might be just a little bit better shot of it. Look at the dark racing surface there on that racing line. Not what you want to be running at this point in the race. Look at our lap time differences between our race leader. Carson also has Waylon right there behind him. Lap times very similar between the two. It's a game of back and forth. Lap 29, lap 30, Carson faster. However, lap 27, lap 28, we got Waylon about 0.015 seconds faster. Let's see as they come across the stripe this time. Oh, it is a game of cat and mouse here. Meow! Here comes Waylon Nelson. Contact for the race lead. Oh no, these drivers were able to keep it out of the wall. No contact, possibly no more damage for the front of the number 21, as he had a little bit earlier on in the race lead. Or scratch that. That was Waylon Nelson with that damage on the front right. Now I think things might be equal, as there as our our actual caution here tonight. Waylon Nelson will be our race leader. Carson P2. Jack Wood moves up to P3. Cameron Carden, Dustin Hardy, it makes P5. Let's take a look at the replay. We were live on board with it when it happens. Possibly take a bit better look at it here. Replay is brought to you by, of course, the one, the only STAM Studio Network. Oh, you see it right there. The 9 just not clear, clipping the left rear quarter panel of the 21. Round they both go, but once again able to keep it out of that hard concrete barrier. Just a little nose wrinkle for both of our race leaders. No harm, no foul there. One more look at this incident here, and yeah, I think the 9 just starts to drift up the racetrack ever so slightly. And one more look at things before we get to green flag racing. Right now, we do have drivers coming down into the pits, but let's hop on board with Waylon here and kind of saw what he saw coming to what was the cause of the caution here. All right, we're gonna have to back this one up. Beep. Here we go, and man, Carson just really overshot the corner there. This is hopping on board with him now, with Waylon here. Oh, maybe the 29 comes down the track, or excuse me, the 21 comes down the track a little bit. Call it what you will. I'm going to keep my job up here in the booth, and we'll get you back to some green flag racing. Once again, I appreciate every single one of you joining in here tonight on the one, the only STAM Studio Network. I can't be doing this without you, as well as every single sponsor that comes on board, makes this possible here tonight, and the SART LMSC series, as well as these drivers. It's really fun to watch the racecraft that goes hand in hand, week in and week out, even on this this mystery race. These drivers not even knowing that they would be at USA International tonight, until just about 20 minutes before the race. If you're watching here on STAM Studio Network, hey, let me know and I will shout you out. Possibly let me know who your race pick to win this puppy is. We see Leanne there in YouTube chat. Oh, asking for the old woohoo! I will give that one to you loud and clear, Miss Leanne. I appreciate you coming out here and supporting here us here on STAM Studio Network, and something a little bit newer, vinyl stickers available now. A little 2x3, also we'll have a little 6x8 action if you want one for your real life racing car. This is the one time that they will be free. I know Dustin, our race leader, he was already asking for one, so Dustin, I will be sending you a couple of STAM Studio Network broadcasting stickers. But right now, the field is in your hands. Here we go. Second, we're going to hit third gear, coming up to the chip. Now fourth gear, the driver of the number 8. How about it? Dustin Hardy taking the lead here, but also has Waylon Nelson. Door quarter still on that rear quarter panel. They're not clear as we head down the back straightaway, head to turns 3 and 4. We're a little over halfway here to go. Lap 37 out of 75. Dustin able to slide up the hill. Oh, that's a very nice, or very big slide for Waylon Nelson. Here comes Carson. A little bit of a bump, a little bit of a run for that number 21. Doesn't have the run down the front straightaway. We're going to head side by side for P2. Too wide. Who has what it takes? Who has a little bit more cojones here tonight? Almost contact. There's maybe 6 inches. There's the contact. Man, I was about to say you can't get much better than this, and you really cannot here. The racecraft, the skill, the speed of these late model stock car drivers. Still sitting side by side for P2. Dustin starting to pull away in that Toyota Supra. Got to remember, Dustin, he dusted his tires earlier on in this race. Hopefully is taking care of those right rear as well as that right front just a little bit more. Man, this is starting to get good now. Carson has what it takes. I think this has been our most aggressive driver here tonight. He's drive down the hill once again, making it stick for the 21, slides up in front of the racetrack in front of Waylon Nelson, make that Carson to P2. Number 9 still not out of this battle by any means necessary. Here comes Waylon Nelson. Jack Wood is a front row battle of this battle. Jack definitely adds his popcorn out, as well as I bet every single one of you there in YouTube land do as well. We are just now starting to get to the good stuff. Here comes Jack Wood, looking down the inside here in turns 1. Oh, we got Cameron Carden. He's starting to inch ever so closer to this battle for P3. Here, looking at Jack Wood right now. Nice line through turns 1 and 2. Possibly starting to save a little tire earlier on in this second half run here in the, once again, the late model stock car series. You can't get much better than this. Waylon Nelson right now scraping the wall even a little bit more. Has some right front damage on his nose. He's able to keep things rolling. Aerodynamics don't matter too much here at the short track series. Here comes Carson. Unfortunately, he had the pace earlier on in the run at that number 21. Right now P3 where he started. Alrighty, once again here, I'm going to treat you guys to it. Enjoy the race to stop suicide.com. Crank this puppy up. I will be right back up with you here in the booth. Hopefully a little bit longer this time now that we don't have a battle for the race lead brewing on our hands. Alrighty, welcome back here to Stam Studio Network. You can crank this puppy back down. Only 25 laps to go, and with lap times in the 21-second range, well, this is going to tick off a little bit quicker than you can blink here. Dustin Hardy, he may have started to abuse the tires on this run once again, as we are seeing Waylon Nelson now dive to the bottom, looking for the race lead. He got a little bit of quarter panel contact there, did Waylon Nelson, but not enough to bump little run action for the number 8 versus the number 9. Waylon right now our biggest mover tonight, up 4 positions on since the drop of the green flag, and right now Waylon Nelson has been our fastest driver on the track here tonight. Only just a less than a tenth of a second separating these two drivers here. Dustin Hardy, he has dusted these tires once again. Here comes Waylon Nelson. He's got 23 laps to make this pass work. I quite frankly do not think it's going to take that long. So we see that aero damage still starting to present itself there out of the right front, but as much as iRacing simulates here, as much as things get laser scans, I wonder if that's just starting to present a little tire cooling properties to that right front. I know it's not very aerodynamically friendly, but it's definitely that right front. It's looking like it has more grip right now for Mr. Waylon Nelson compared to Dustin Hardy. Here we go, contact for the race lead. Not enough contact once again to make that bump and run happen for Waylon Nelson. Don't count out old Carson here. These drivers start to fight here just a little bit too much. We're going to have Carson right there with them. As Waylon Nelson, it's looking like he's trying to pass a Ryan Newman out on track right now. Dustin is not wanting to give up that race lead. Coming to 19 laps to go here tonight from USA International Speedway. I would bring up the lap times, but they don't even matter at this point because right now it is a game of cat and mouse, game of defense. Defense for Dustin Hardy. He's continuing to hold Waylon off right now. Got him down to 0.2 of a second in that number 9, but it's not going to be long. You better run, you better hide right now if you're Dustin. Got Carson also starting to ever so slightly close this gap as he makes his way down just under half a second on the race lead. Here we go. Still door quarter clear for the race leader, but how long does it last? Coming to 17 to go this time by. This is Toyota versus Ford versus Chevy Camaro. You cannot get much better than 3 different manufacturers going at it. Contact again for the race lead. That's just enough contact to say, man, Dustin, I'm here. Waylon looking to try and take it. Doesn't have what it takes. Dustin is putting on a show. He is playing some Super Bowl defense right now. Here comes that number 9. Once again, Waylon Nelson. Another bump. Another bump. Does this one finally send Dustin around? These drivers have been going at it since the drop of the green flag shoot this whole season. Oh man, here comes the 9 once again. That's gonna really send the 8 loose. Here we go, this is just what I mentioned. Carson now with these drivers. There is now banging going into 3 and 4. Who has what it takes to take this thing away from Dustin Hardy? Side by side out of turns 3 and 4. Here we go, Waylon Nelson holding off. He was just on so much offense. Now he's having to play some defense as Carson Klingelhofer makes his way into this battle for the race lead. Let me know, who do you have to win this thing here in race chat below? Only coming to 14 laps to go. This is starting to get to the good stuff here. The drivers making their way to 14 to go. Here comes Waylon Nelson. Carson Klingelhofer right there with them. Here comes the number 8. More contact. Oh, this time it's accordion effect. Waylon Nelson gets the worst of it. Carson, into the back bumper of Waylon. Here we go. These are half-mile tracks. Just under a half-mile lap here. 0.47 miles each lap. You can blink faster than these laps are going to tick off. And now look at this. Carson, he is starting to lose the gap to RP2. Did these drivers start to heat up their tires a little bit too earlier on? And as Dustin Hardy possibly going to come away with a race win here tonight. Only 12 laps to go. That will make the difference. Right now, Dustin putting down a faster lap time than Waylon Nelson that time by, but it was only by 0.2 of a second. Here we go. Dustin versus Waylon. Don't count out Carson just yet. Waylon Nelson is actually starting to visually close the gap to our race leader once again. He's going to have another shot at it here. We have seen the front bumper go to work. Oh, he gets a nice run there off of turn 2. Not able to slip it down in there into turns 3 and 4. This car definitely carries a lot more corner speed through these 4 corners listed here, but it's really 2 here at USA. And with these laps continuing to tick down, man, Waylon, you are running out of time if you want this race lead. There's another bump out of turn number 2. That's door quarter clear once again for our race leader, Dustin. Matter of fact, I mentioned it. More contact. Is this one finally going to send the race leader around? No, it doesn't, but we're going to bang them coming to 9 laps to go here. Waylon Nelson saying, I got places to be here, Dustin. But Dustin's saying, hey, I got places to be, and that's to defend my spot for the race lead. He's not going to have the run there out of turn number 2. Here we go into 3 and 4, where Waylon Nelson finally taking over the race lead. Dustin repaying the favor there out of 4. These fans are up on their feet here at USA International. Everybody better be there as well. Here we go, 8 laps to go. The battle for the race lead, it is, you can't get closer than this at this moment. We are just separated by 0.05 seconds for each car. That's less than a car length. Contact. The 8 is going to send the 9 up into the wall. 3 wide for the race lead. There goes Carson to the race lead. He's going to take it into turns 1 and 2. Ship it down in there. There's more contact. Waylon is going to send the 8 to the 21. 21 goes around. Contact. Caution flag on the speedway. Oh my, nobody is going to be friends at this point in the race. Here we're looking at that driver cam. Carson not going to be too happy there. You see him possibly saying some words there in YouTube chat. Oh, look at the old trophies there, the left side of the screen. Oh, I've seen that look before. Carson right now is pissed. All right, let's take a Stam Studio Network replay at this one. 3 wide, it's a little hard, but these drivers actually made it work, and then Carson just puts a Post-it note, sends this puppy off in turn 1. It sticks, and then the number 9 of Waylon Nelson sends the number 8 of Dustin Hardy right up into the 21, and around he goes. Where he stops, nobody knows. Well, I can tell you, it's at least not that concrete wall. Ooh, nice evasive action for Cameron there. Speaking of Cameron, I'm shown right now our one driver. I think he just went down a lap right there, but I thought he was coming to take some tires on that number 25. I was going to call it a good strategy call, but losing a lap, coming to possibly a green-white checkered, it's going to be a little hard to come back from. Here we go once again. This was 3 wide. It presented itself and it worked, and then Carson, he ships up the racetrack, possibly leaving enough room for the number 8 of Dustin, as he knew he'd be there, and then the number 9. Man, Waylon just contact with the number 8 right into the 21. Little accordion effect here. Alrighty, we see 8 of you there in the old YouTube land, shouting out to every single one of you. Shoot, shouting out old Chandler. He's back here with me behind the scenes, working these on-board cams, and we're going to have some multi-broadcast action, some GT3 versus GT4 coming at you live right after this one ends at Bathurst. Be sure you join us here for Stam Studio Network for that one. And holy guacatooly, guys, look at that right front of Waylon. That had some damage earlier on in the race, but I mean, it had not, believe me, it was not that bad. Look at that right front. We'll be definitely getting all the cooling. Going to that puppy, here we go. Should be coming to our penultimate lap here. Should be the choose cone, or what it would be. We should stack these drivers up 2 wide for a green-white checkered finish. There you see the lights are out on that iRacing safety pace truck. Going to be side by side. Waylon Nelson, Dustin Hardy, Carson Klingelhofer. There it is. God, he told me last week. Jack Wood, Cameron Carden rounding out that top 5. Alrighty, let me know who you have there in YouTube land. Do you have Waylon Nelson, who has played the offense, played the defense? Do you have Dustin starting on that outside line, who has led just almost every single lap here tonight? Is it going to be Carson? Or does Jack Wood, Cameron Carden come out of nowhere? Here we go for the green-white checkered here tonight. Oh, we got the old cameras flashing here. Number 9 going to take the lead on the restarts, going to ship it down here into turns 1 and 2. Here's some contact for P4 on track. That number 25, Cameron Carden, looking down the bottom of the hill. It's a good battle for P2. 21 going to ship it down in there on Dustin Hardy. Dustin's tires are just gone at this point. Waylon Nelson continuing to lead us, just coming to the white flag lap here from USA International. Whatever goes here on the speedway. Here comes Carson. He's made his way back up to P2 after that restart. Waylon Nelson up in front of all these drivers right now, plus 5 spots on the race lead. He's going to lead it out of 4. Congratulations, Waylon Nelson, taking the checkered flag. A little bit of damage on the right front. It doesn't matter. You have conquered USA International Speedway race number 2 here in the SART LMSC. Carson will take P2. Dustin will take P3 after an immaculate run here in that number 8. Oh, there you go. That's the respect shown. Oh, we got snowplow in action. Oh, we're trying to show some respect to our race leader, and well, unfortunately, Jack Wood going around. He will take P5 in that number 91. Cameron Carden taking P4. What's happened there coming to the checkered flag before? I believe that was Cameron. Oh, all right. Back in this one puppy up. Back into this puppy up. Hang on. All right, so this is coming to the white flag here. There's Cameron on the outside. Oh, there is room from Cameron to the outside wall. And, well, there was no room from Cameron compared to Jack Wood there. We'll take one more look at it here and then bring you these driver interviews here live on Stam Studio Network. This is just, it's battling that you can't get much closer than this. And here we go. They're out of turn 2. It's just door quarter not clear for both of these drivers. Alrighty, well, what a race as we're looking at this is at the back bumper of our race winner, Waylon Nelson. Congratulations on every single driver coming out here tonight and competing. Waylon taking the race win. Carson will take P2, Dustin once again P3, Cameron P4, Jack Wood, Trevor Vaden, fortunately 65 laps down, completes this race in P number 6. Stick with us here, Stam Studio Network. Driver interviews are headed your way. Alrighty, I have made it down here in SART Victory Lane, where I am with the one, the only, Waylon Nelson. Waylon, you got a copy, man?
Yes, sir, I do. I got you.
Oh, man, what a race here tonight. Some Super Bowl-esque offense, some Super Bowl-esque defense out of the driver to number 9. Waylon, how did you make this all happen tonight?
Man, I don't know. I joined in again pretty late. I joined like as they were gridding, so I had no practice, no qualifying. Stock setup. I just drove the wheels off of it, man. And I gotta give a shout out to my buddy Jared. He was in my ear the whole time, walking me through it, spotting for me. So I gotta give a big shout out to him. Obviously, shout out to everybody that was racing too. But I mean, it was just hard driving, is all it was.
God, it was so much fun to watch up here in the booth, the back and forth action with you. Man, I know that you guys race week in and week out here, and then we saw the respects paid on the back straightaway, the old 3-wide salute as these drivers give a little bump on that side quarter panel. Congratulating yourself on the race win here tonight. Waylon, you got any family members, you got any sponsors that all makes this happen for you?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to obviously Hardy Designs. He designed the car for this week. Gave me a beautiful paint job. And then obviously, just want to thank friends and family. You know, obviously my mom, my dad, everybody like that. Nelson Roofing, Nelson Designs, obviously. KW9, everybody on KW9. I couldn't do this without them. They do an amazing job helping me get race to race. And they're really good teammates. I can't thank them enough. And obviously Cameron Carden for helping me run KW9.
And real quick, Waylon, before we get cut into Carson and Dustin, our P2 and 3 finishers, I know all too well just how much does that real-life spotter make a difference there compared to the just generic computer iRacing spotter.
Oh, I mean, it's a world of difference because I mean, with the iRacing spotter, it just says inside outside, but you know, when you got the real life one, they're able to tell you know quarter, you know, door, whatever. So it does help out, and it helps you be able to clear somebody and stuff like that because. With just the iRacing one, you might accidentally self-clear yourself, put yourself in the wall, so.
That's very well broken down there, Waylon. Congrats again on your win here tonight from USA International Speedway race number 2.
All right, thank you, man.
Thank you, Waylon. You have a great rest of your night. Don't celebrate too hard as we cut down to now Carson. Carson, you got yourself a copy.
Yes, sir.
Well, Carson, congratulations on your P2 here tonight. That was it was hard fought, hard battling up and down the track. We saw you ship it down there into turns 1 and 2. The car stuck, and then you had some contact. Wasn't even your fault. Other than that, walk us through kind of your race here tonight.
My main part of the race was trying to tire stay, but also run the car hard. So it's just be competitive the entire night. And obviously we were, but just we didn't put ourselves in the right position at the right time, I think, at the end. But we did as much as we could have done, and that's all that matters at the end.
That's very well said, very professionally said. I would be a little upset right now, but taking it all well as I know that you know that you'll be back to get these guys next Thursday night. Carson, I think you were the fastest car on track here tonight. Is there anybody who you would like to shout out to who kind of makes this all possible for you?
Yeah, I like to shout Waylon Nelson Roofing, the entirety team of KW9, Cameron Carden, Waylon Nelson especially. They just help me out with everything that I need, and also just my teammates in general. It's just a great group of guys, and I like racing with them all.
Man, I would love to get down on there on track with you. Maybe in the off season, I'll be going some side by side with you guys. But Carson, congrats on your P2 finish here tonight, and thank you for coming on board with the driver cams, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Carson, you have a great rest of your night, and oh man, try not to celebrate too hard.
I'll try not to.
Oh, I love it. Alrighty, that leaves one more driver left here down in Victory Lane. Dustin, you got yourself a copy, man.
Yes, sir, I do. Yes, sir.
Oh man, I hate it for you there. Definitely led the most laps here tonight from USA International. Dustin, kind of walk us through your race and these late timed caution flags.
Yeah, had a fast car, just was trying to save tire, and they got me in that first run before we went to the first caution, and I took 2 tires, and it worked out for a good while, but then they caught back up with me, and it was some awesome racing. That side by side, fighting there with Waylon for the lead. He got into me a couple times, but I mean, like I said, it's hard racing, and ended up with top 3, so I'll take it.
Man, that's pretty well said there. That was some really nice hard racing. He'd get into you, you get right back into him, and nobody's sending each other around until, well, they're late in the race. Dustin, I know that you had asked for those vinyl stickers, and they will be heading your way shortly. I got some small ones in, just waiting on the big ones, and I'll be sure to send you a care package there before I start charging for them. Other than that, though, Dustin, who all makes this happen for you tonight, these Thursday night races?
Oh man, first off, my design company, Hardy Designs, put out some nice paints. Dark Horse Motorsports, me and Dalton, man, he helps me out a lot getting faster every week, but Cameron for letting me race, and obviously my wife for watching all 8 of these kids while I can race, or so I can race. And I mean, you for doing the broadcast, man.
Oh, woo-hoo-hoo. Thank you, Dustin. And oh man, gotta shout out the wife there too. That's a lot of behind the scenes action that does not go unnoticed there too. But Dustin, congrats again on your podium finish here tonight. I gotta get on my plane, head over to Bathurst, bring you guys some live action from the other side of the world. Dustin, Carson, Waylon, congratulations you 3 on your podium finish tonight. Waylon, congrats on the win. Cameron's gonna take P4. Jack Wood and Trevor Vaden completing our 6-driver field here tonight. All of you, man, I've said it after every interview, but don't celebrate a little too hard. We want to see you next Thursday night. And until then, it's been Sean Stam on Stam Studio Network. Have a great rest of your guys' night.